If you're not doing this in your high-level account, you're leaving money on the table. This is a classic when it comes to time-tested, proven marketing that can make you more money and help you recycle garbage, turn that into gold. I'm talking about a reactivation campaign. It means reaching out to old leads and trying to get them to re-engage with you. And so in this example, I'm going to look at a dentist who has a list of leads over the last few years that are past due on their cleaning. And so if you've got a business or you have old leads, this framework and this model that I'm going to talk through right here is a great recipe to follow. We can immediately turn it on, build it inside of HighLevel, and start generating real revenue from a marketing automation system like that. So let's take a look at the screen here. The first thing to understand about this workflow, this automation sequence, is there's no trigger. We're going to manually add folks in, or we're going to manually fire off the automation in sort of a drip sequence I'll cover later. And so we start off with the first message here. This is controlled by snippets. And so that's predefined in here, but we have, hey, first name, it's user first name from location name. So this is going to be like, hey, this is Matt, hey, John, this is Matt from HLPT. Now this is a dentist, but you can kind of see the name is going to say that. So if it's like Matt's Dental, but a few spots just open up last minute. And I thought of you first. Now they wanted to highlight the fact that they offer cleaning sessions in weekends and evenings. So they just said, do weekends or evenings still work best for you? The key thing with this reactivation message here is we want to establish who it is, so they know what the context is, and then create some sort of urgency and scarcity to reply. Because if they don't respond, that defaults to not interested. It would be better for them to say, no, I'm good, I don't want it, rather than not reply at all. The other thing this was based on is this works if you've already used messages to them. So you already have the compliant language there saying like reply stop to opt out, or in their case, they're actually using our DIY iMessage method there. And so they're actually going to be sending this with an iPhone, just automated through HighLevel there. And so if you're curious about that, I'll put the link down in the comments on how you can connect an iPhone to HighLevel. The question is, do weekends or evenings work best for you? So then we're going to wait for that reply. And it has a timeout of 30 minutes. So if they reply before 30 minutes, it's going to say, was the reply positive, and run through a sequence there. I'll cover that. And let's say they don't reply in 30 minutes. Well, then we're going to double down on the urgency and scarcity, right? It's going to say, I know it's been a minute since your last cleaning, so if I don't hear back by end of day, I'll lock in a spot for you. Now it feels like if they don't reply, they're going to be obligated to something. That might feel uneasy for you, but this is best practice. And you imagine, what if you had a super helpful person who worked at the front desk and they were just eager to help? They might say something like that. And once again, no response defaults to no. So the game is we want them to reply. That's the key thing in a reactivation offer. It does another wait here. Now it's going to wait for 2 days. If they respond to that second message, it's then going to run them through the sequence that we have here. So my preference here is this go-to action to remove redundancy. You don't need to rewrite the same message. If you're using the same process there, just use the go-to action. And so now they're going to reply, and it's going to say, is that reply positive? If they don't reply after 2 days, then they get a hanging question mark. This is another great way to just get a reply. Imagine you have like a couple sequences and just a single question mark is sent. Feels like very human behavior there. And then it's going to wait again 14 days. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If they reply to the question mark, what's it going to do? Send it back up to see if that reply is positive. If it doesn't, then it's going to say, is this still first name? Just making sure we have the right number on file. It's going to wait again. If it's positive, do the go-to again. And then if it's negative, and so this last wait is never going to time out. So that'll be the last message they'll have in there, is just confirming, is this name, as far as the reactivation goes. And then if they say no, and it's not the name, my bad, have a great day. So we'll talk through the no, or the other side of this chain. And so like this is our full workflow here. That right side is kind of like how long we're going. The left side is what happens when it's successful. So when it's successful, we're going to say, is the message positive or not? If it's positive, you kind of have a little bit of wait here, and it's a fractional wait time. This just makes it feel a little bit more human. So if you type in 0 first, you can do 0.3 minutes. So 20 seconds of a wait time. We got kind of the same on there. If it's negative, they're saying, no, I'm good. It's just a no worries, have a great day. The whole point of this is just to reactivate them, not to nag them incessantly, although we might cycle through it again, but immediately we're just moving on and focusing on triaging the ones that are actually valuable. So if they say it's positive, then they're actually running a handoff process here. You could do this entirely inside of HighLevel. For them, they're using a different health management system that doesn't integrate with HighLevel. And so the key thing is helping their front desk person, Mahogany, actually know who to follow up with and who wants it. And so this is now letting them know Mahogany's going to reach out. She'll take care of the details and confirm everything with you, and then Mahogany gets a notification to follow up with them. And so for most businesses, this is the key thing, is looking at the list that you already have and reaching out to them in a way where they're going to reply. Odds are, if you're friendly, if you've got natural language there, if you imagine, you put yourself in the mindset of like, I'm the most friendly, eager to help person at the front desk, you can get a high response rate. And if you really want to supercharge the effectiveness here, check out that DIY iMessage training. And like I said, I'll link that down in the comments, because blue text tend to get it about triple the response rate of a green text through Twilio here. But so that's what we're talking about in terms of a master, best case, classic recipe for a reactivation. So if you like this, let me know. Give the video a like, thumbs up, and if you have any questions, please write those in the comments below, and I'll respond to every single one of them. I'll see you on the next video.